Hey, how you doing?
Good, sir. How are you?
Sorry, my bad. I got stopped by fake police.
Okay.
I got stopped by fake police before coming out, and
I promise you, I'm the real police.
All right, yeah. Sorry.
Can I get your license, registration, insurance?
I don't have my license on me. I'll give you my name and
Do you have anything with your information on it?
No, I have nothing on me right now with my information on me.
How's the little one in the back?
He's 9 years old.
9 years old. Why is he not wearing a seatbelt?
It feels like we've been thrown straight back into 2018, but this time it's 2025 and 6ix9ine might finally be facing real prison time. And let me tell you, it's not looking good for him at all. Back in 2019, he got slammed with a 2-year prison sentence and 5 years of supervised release after cutting a deal with prosecutors in the 9 Trey Bloods case. The whole squad got wrapped up in that massive RICO investigation, and 6ix9ine made headlines for publicly snitching on everyone.
You hear me? You got 1 house right here, 2 houses right here, 3 houses right here, 4 houses right here, 5 houses right here, maybe 2 houses right there. You feel me?
That cooperation scored him a light sentence. He was supposed to do 2 years, but ended up walking free months early thanks to the pandemic. And since then, both his music and his buzz have been fading fast. What people saw was a young guy who had been handed a second chance on a silver platter. But instead of laying low, he turned up the volume on his old lifestyle.
These don't even know what to do with all of this. Like, no funny shit. I get rid of these, so like, if you a bad little bitch, you need your body done, whatever you need, just slide in my DM, man. Let's get this shit done.
He wore his snitch label like a crown, kept running his mouth like the hardest gangster alive, and tried to act like the biggest blood in the game. The problem? His career couldn't survive that act. The fans stopped buying into it. At the time, it looked like he had beaten the system, sliding away with barely a scratch. But now, karma's circling back hard.
So look, it's 2:20, it's 2:36, right? Should I look back there? So I'm literally leaving my gate, right? I'm leaving. You need to see this. So look, I get pulled over, right? So this is inside my house. So I'm like, ain't no, it's an unmarked car though. So I'm like, why am I getting pulled over?
While guys he ratted out, like Mel Murda, are walking out of prison, reports say 6ix9ine himself could be facing an even worse fate. According to multiple outlets, including AP and Hot New Hip Hop, Tekashi 6ix9ine has been smacked with brand new federal charges for violating his supervised release. The AP confirmed he admitted in court that he broke the rules by having drugs on him, his latest screw-up since skating out of prison on racketeering and conspiracy charges. The 29-year-old star, born Daniel Hernandez, stood in front of a Manhattan federal judge and spilled everything, admitting that his Miami mansion was raided on March 12th. Inside his bedroom cabinet, cops found traces of cocaine and MDMA. The same party drugs everyone knows as Molly and ecstasy. In exchange for that admission, prosecutors decided to toss out 2 even heavier charges tied to fentanyl and gun possession, only because they didn't have the evidence to nail him. Sentencing for this mess was already locked in for September 25th of this year. While he dodged state charges from the raid, the U.S. judge made it crystal clear, one more slip-up and the punishment would be brutal. According to federal guidelines, each count could carry 3 to 9 months. But here's the catch. The judge warned that 6ix9ine could get slapped with up to 5 years in prison and even a lifetime of supervised release. Imagine that. One raid away from losing his freedom for good. The judge looked him dead in the eye and said, "If you get in any more trouble, then your consequences are going to be severe." That's a chilling warning, because 5 years behind bars is no small threat. And this isn't even the first strike. Remember, just last November he already violated probation by skipping a drug test, sneaking off to Vegas without permission, and lying to his probation officer. For that alone, he served 45 days in federal custody, and the judge told him straight up these slip-ups proved he had no respect for the law. So now, stacked on top of those violations, he's walking into a storm that could bury him. 5 years ain't just a number. It's a reality that's staring him down. Here's the wild part. If 6ix9ine actually gets slapped with a 5-year sentence right now, he'd be sitting in prison longer than some of the very dudes he ratted on. Just a couple weeks ago, Mel Murda came home and Kuda B walked free. Meanwhile, Tekashi could end up behind bars way past them. That's insane when you think about it. And let's not forget, these aren't state charges, these are federal. If he gets locked up, odds are he'll land in a federal prison in New York. You know what that means? He could end up in the same building, maybe even the same block, as the people he put on the stand. Imagine that. Yeah, maybe they'll tuck him into protective custody, but can you picture 6ix9ine stuck in a cage anywhere near the same guys he snitched on? That's a nightmare waiting to happen. It just proves how dangerous probation really is. On paper, it looks like freedom, but it's a leash. Slip up once, and the system yanks you back in, re-sentencing you for years on top of years, and that's exactly the trap 6ix9ine is staring at right now. The timing couldn't be worse either. He was just trying to spark life back into his rap career, even teasing a new track that sounded like a shot at Young Thug. Instead of a comeback, though, he might be trading studio time for a prison cell. 6ix9ine's been desperate to crawl back into the spotlight, but this latest mess isn't pushing him forward. It's dragging him down hard. Truth be told, even without this case, his so-called comeback wasn't looking too promising anyway. The judge had already laid it out plain. If you get in trouble again, there will be severe consequences. And what does Tekashi do? He walks right back into trouble. Let's not forget, just last November, when he got busted and drug tested, he popped positive for meth. Then, to top it off, he strolled into court a whole hour late. And when the judge finally handed down the sentence, he looked the man in the eye and said, "I'm only human, bro." That's not an excuse. That's a slap in the face to the court. All of these slip-ups aren't just isolated incidents. They're stacking up brick by brick, and the judge is watching it all pile higher. And this isn't just any judge. It's the same one who cut him a break back in 2019 on that RICO case. That judge saw him as a young man in his early 20s who maybe deserved a shot at redemption. But now, Tekashi's nearly 30, and instead of maturing, he's still playing the fool. At the end of the day, you reap what you sow, and Tekashi is about to harvest every bad decision he's made. Testing positive for meth while on federal probation is beyond reckless. There's no way he dodges this one. No technicality, no mercy. The warnings are over. All that's left now is sentencing, and it looks ugly. At this point, it's tough to feel any sympathy for Tekashi. Every move has a consequence, and this is the government reminding him they don't play games. He's tangled with tax issues before, and if there's one enemy you never want breathing down your neck, it's the feds. Once they're locked onto you, they don't let go. That shadow follows you until it drags you under. And here's the twisted irony. If he really does get hit with 5 years, he'll be rotting in a cell while some of the very guys he snitched on back in 2019 are walking free. Imagine that. The loudest one in the courtroom, now stuck behind bars watching his enemies taste freedom. He had the golden chance to switch up, to rebuild, to finally move smarter, but instead he kept running his mouth like nothing could touch him. Just days ago, he even dropped a diss aimed at Young Thug, calling him a rat. That's the same tired energy he's been serving for years, never changing, never learning, and now those same mistakes are catching up fast. Once again, Tekashi isn't charting hits, he's waiting on a sentence, and this time, the consequences look heavier than ever. So what's your take on this story? Do you think this star can recover, or is the damage already done? Will Tekashi's career completely collapse if he gets locked away again, or will the chaos only make him more infamous? And most importantly, is this the moment where 6ix9ine finally runs out of second chances? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I'd love to hear your perspective. Yeah, thanks so much for watching and spending your time with Star Watch. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe so you never miss the next big celebrity twist. Your support keeps the spotlight shining right here. And if you're still craving more drama, head over to the next video on our channel. The scandals only get bigger from here.